Aries, thanks so much for tuning in for your July of 2022 Taroscope with Animal Totem. This is Vickieverlie, and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Do not be fooled by imposters. This is going to be for Aries Sun, Rising, and Moon, or anybody with prominent Aries in their astrology chart. Okay, so the decks we're going to use. Main portion of the reading, we're going to use the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, my own creation. Then we're going to do the second portion with the Luna Soul in honor of the sun sign of Cancer, which we're in the sign of Cancer for most of the July. I've got my moonstones on too. Then we're going to, of course, pull an Animal Totem from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be 4 additional cards pulled from the Crow Tarot. Okay, so let's get right into your reading. We'll start with this card. You know, there is a kind of a big event happening towards the end of, we're gearing up. In the month of July, we are gearing up for the big event that technically comes at the end of July, but really it's going to be, into August more. You know, that's when we're really going to feel it. But we're feeling it coming in. You feel it coming in, you feel it going out, and that is the Uranus North Node conjunction. So we're being pulled in the direction of our true north. And for some, you know, it may be really far away from the direction that you've been in, you know. And this is a time to really let go and let the universe really guide you, because everyone is being pulled. It's going to be different in everyone's chart. You know, you can order a reading if you want to look into it further. First card out, we have Soulmates, Ace of Pentacles, New Beginning and Money, Nine of Swords, Six of Cups, Chariot, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Magician, Ten of Cups. Final outcome for this part is the Four of Cups. Okay, now with my deck, this Rock and Roll Tarot deck here, you might first want a little bit misaligned here. Let's see if we can get that straightened out. There we go. You know, for this deck, what's going on, look at these words and stuff. And if stuff starts standing out to you or you're seeing things, that's how you can really get a message that's just for you. Okay, so yeah, the Two of Cups is the first card out. You got Two of Cups, Six of Cups, and Ten of Cups. So these are all relationship cards. It's not showing anybody specific, so, you know, you would have to fill in the blank on that one. For some of you, it could be somebody from the past, but there's definitely a major love vibe. And maybe for some, when you get these two cards together, you know, could even be a marriage proposal. You know, that could be. Ace of Pentacles is here as well, though. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, so there could be some kind of job offer or offer. I'm getting the term collaboration because we've got this. I'm going to put collaboration as part of your headline, or maybe the whole thing. You know, because we've got that Two of Cups there. Now, the Two of Cups, of course, is a soulmate card, but, you know, your soulmates are not just your lovers. You have soulmates in all walks of life. Coming out of some stressful stuff here, looking at some stressful stuff, possibly over some money, but you're really in the driver's seat now. I like that, too. And you've got that there. You're in the driver's seat. Let me write that. You know, you've got these cards of success, and you've got these cards of being motivated, and if you're nothing but motivated, let me just finish writing this driver's seat. You know, you're nothing if not motivated, Aries. That's your whole jam. You know, Aries are the motivators. I'm not sure which way this went. I think it was like this. But these are both cards of being in your own business, being an independent contractor, really kind of being, you know, or working off in some kind of a solo situation, and a lot of success. Chariot, I take as the highest success card in the entire deck. It could be travel and journey as well, too, and that may tie into any of these things. It's going to be different for everybody, whether it's the relationship or whether it's the, you know, the career and the money stuff. Let's go ahead and do the Luna Soul deck now over it. Now what we're going to do, I can't even, these are so stiff I can't even shuffle them that way. This deck, what we're going to look for is you. So you are fire sign energy. So you are going to show up as the adult court cards, which would be the Knight of Rods or Fire, whatever they have at Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, or King of Wands. So let's take a look and see. Find you in the deck, and then wherever you're at, we're going to look at the cards that surround you, and that way you'll be able to really see what's going on there. Okay. Alrighty then. We've got King of Cups, Death, big changes in the time of Cancer, High Priestess. Here you are, King of Rods. This is the Queen, Queen of Rods. Wands, they call it Wands. Queen of Wands. Look what shows right next to you, Nine of Swords. So this Nine of Swords may be a little more pressing than I really, we're going to get back to it. Let's see here. Let me put some cards below you, and then we're going to just look at these cards that are, right surrounding you. Wow, Tower. You might be tearing down and rebuilding something. I mean, it sure looks like that's a major possibility for some of you. Okay, let's zoom in here. Let's pull this down, and we're going to zoom in a little closer here so we can kind of see what's happening here. Yeah. So this is the card that represents you, and you have the Nine of Swords right by you. So the Nine of Swords is the foundation of this reading, and it's showing up right next to you. So, I said, well, you're coming out of something, but maybe it's closer. Maybe for some of you, you're not out of it yet. Maybe it's going to take something kind of pretty big to really jolt you out of it. There's something you're hanging on to, because a lot of the energy of the Uranian thing is like letting go and letting the higher energy come in. And that's that big thing we're coming up towards the end of the month, really. And I'm going to talk about it more, I think, in the August reading, or I might even do a separate video on it. But a lot of it is about letting go, Your Ten of Wands, you're all tangled up in something that's very difficult. If that's the case, then it needs to be released. There is some karmic stuff with the Judgment card. There's some karmic entanglement. There's a reason that you had to go through it. There was some lesson to be learned. But it's time to let it go, and then you can rebuild anew. You can rebuild anew and have happiness. And the thing that I get about these two cards real strong, is I get community, like build it. So you may be not so, because you got the Death card here too. Maybe you're not going to be working at the same place you worked at before. Or maybe you're just, with the Chariot in the first part of the reading, some of you might be moving to this new place, and it's just kind of scary. It's like, oh, I don't know what the future holds. I'm leaving all this stuff behind, because we're leaving behind with the Death card here. But you know it. Trust in your vision. Trust in your vision. Trust in your farsightedness. Because the direction you're looking in is a good direction to go in. The old situation is just not gonna change. It's worn. You've taken this as far as you can possibly take it. It is time. And this, this is your card, but it reminds me of. It's actually probably Leo's card, because we got the Leo on here. But this is the card we chose to represent you as a fire sign person. It reminds me of the Chariot quite a bit. This rendering of it, this depiction of the Queen of Rods reminds me quite a bit of the Chariot card. Yeah. Does look like it, doesn't it? So, Chariot moving on, moving forward, but also Chariot rising above, that phoenix that rises from the ashes. So if this is the ashes, these Nine of Swords and this Tower, you're meant to be the phoenix and rise above. And then beyond this, beyond the Tower, these are the good things that await you. And it's going to take wherewithal and determination, drive and ambition. But hey, Aries, you've got that in spades. If you did want to know the new and full moons, even though they're not directly in your signs for this month, the first thing that we're going to have this month will be the full moon on the 13th, and that'll be in the sign of Capricorn, which is a square to you. And then on the 28th, there's going to be a new moon in Leo, which is fire sign energy trine. And we've got the Leo energy here. We've got the 3 thing here, a triangle. There's much, this trine energy, definitely. There's a triangular shape here. So I feel like by the end of the month, and that's going to be right in there, that new moon in Leo is going to be right in there with that Uranian. That's when the Uranian thing is really coming into, full expression, or, full conjunction. So the end of the month is going to be intense. There has to be a clearing of the old in order for the new to come in. Don't be afraid to step in, go in a different direction. I mean, that's not usually Aries. Come on, you guys are just, you are the trailblazers. But there does seem to be some difficulty letting go. Know that the karmic cycle has ended. Know it's time for you to go on to the next situation. And, embrace it. All right, let's get our animal totem card for Aries friends, Aries peeps. And we've got the turtle. The turtle always talks about like being grounded. Well, it's earth and water, but it's earth and it's the land and it's being grounded. And the turtle is, you know, they carry their home on their back as well. So there's again could be this travel thing coming in here. Some of you may be going camping or something, or you know, one of those what do they call them, SUVs or whatever, where you drive around in them. You know, maybe you're going to be doing a little bit of that this summer. Okay, so we've got Gaia, Pachamama, Great Mother, ancient remnant of a bygone era, knowledge of the ancestors, deliberate, slow, and steady movement. Now, I don't know about deliberate, slow, and steady movement, but when I was reading those words, I was looking at this. So you're building this future. You know, you're building this future. They're saying the guides are coming through with, it's a mystery, but only within your heart and mind. So it's a mystery, but only within your heart and mind. You feel it, you see it in your, you know, your mind's eye. You feel it in your heart. You're drawn towards it. And Leo is very much heart energy. And here's another thing: we will be moving into the sign of Leo. I know you're Aries, but this Leo energy keeps kind of coming forward for me. So there could be a connection with a person who is Leo, but also we will be moving into the sign of Leo. After the 22nd. So after the 22nd, we're in Leo. 28th, new moon in Leo. Also with the Iranian thing going on then. So leading up to, it feels like once we get over the hump into this Leo thing, and things could be a lot more smoother for you. You still have some foraging ahead to do. You still have this stuff to forge through and get past and get through. You know, there's still, it's like, with these knives, this machete, you know, you've got all this looks like with all the rain we've had, like my backyard right now, you know, there's all this, what the hell happened, you know, you gotta go out there with the, you know, the weed whacker or whatever, and there's still more of that to get through, but, you know, you're well on your way. And with Chariot, you know, in the first part of the reading, you know, the Chariot card being there, you can absolutely obtain it and do it, and, you know, you can reach this point of freedom is really what it feels like. Okay, Aries, so that is your reading for the month of July. I'm not offering any special readings unless you're still watching this towards the end of June. You can still get in on that solstice reading, but I'm not doing any special offer readings. But I have the regular readings. I did want to mention, because people do ask me. I've been getting a lot of inquiries lately about doing. There we go. Let's zoom out so you can see the original spread here while we talk. Yeah, I am getting a lot of inquiries about my soul readings and whether it's, you know, galactic or not. And, you know, absolutely, sometimes galactic stuff does come through. Okay, and I do know how to do that thing with the fixed stars where I can look it up. But that thing with the fixed stars, that is just a process. You know, that's not a psychic thing. And when I do the soul readings, you know, I'm tuning in, and it's a full-on psychic reading. And other worldly things may come in or may not come in. I really don't have a lot of control over that. The things that come through on those readings are the things that you're working on in this incarnation. And that's, you know, your karma and what you're working on in this incarnation. It tends to, you know, lean more, not more, it really leans a lot that way. So, I wanted to show you too another thing, since I'm not offering any, I haven't mentioned in a while, but it's not happening here. Oh boy, it's not happening. Oh yes, it is. So I show the process of my latest painting I wanted to show you. And here you go. This is it from beginning to end. Yeah, so there she is. And prints will be available by the time this video comes out. So I've been doing a lot more art, and I have quite a bit of art available. I've been selling it lately through Fine Art America because they do a really good job. I mean, that's what they do. This isn't a Kinko's that's just gonna, it's not on copy paper. It's on archival paper with archival inks, and you can even get canvas prints and stuff. So it's a very high quality. It's a fine art print for real. You know, it's not just something I ran off on my printer. So I go through them. This painting I just showed you and some other art is all available on there, and I have all kinds of other art and different things available. But thank you to all of you who do purchase my different wares, the readings and then the other things, the books and the decks and stuff that I mentioned. It's all so appreciated. It helps keep everything else going here. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. The Patreon, I just realized I shouldn't have picked up those other cards because the Patreon people are coming up next. If you want to find out about that, there's links below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have the best month ever. Don't hold on to the past, Aries. I know that's typically not your thing anyway. You're always new, but it could be some major changes. We're in a time of major change. We're in a time of major flux. So embrace it, be the magician, go forward, blaze that new trail like you always do, and we'll talk to you again next month. Till then, bye.